Stop trying to play like a GM in middle ranks. If you're watching hours of videos of high elo players hoping you'll rank up, you need to understand how silver games are very different from masters games. In high elos, people...
This is true. I'm gonna let them cook. There's a small difference, but I'll let them cook.
Play fast. Players have a much higher level of game sense, so they act fast and react even faster to make plays.
And
In
mechanical
low elos,
skill.
People move a lot slower and do a lot more damage. This means there's a ton of feeding ults without getting a limbs. It also means the supports need to do way more healing in low elos, where high rank support players can get a limbs and not worry about looking away for
This is a double-edged sword.
1 second and all of a sudden their tank is crit. People also counterpick a ton, especially in silver or bronze lobbies. So if you're stuck trying to rank up, focus on playing heroes where you know you can get the most value for your team, whether that's heals or limbs or self-healing to take pressure off your supports. If you're on the grind, come join our community. I stream ranked 5 days a week.
So here's the problem with this mentality, right? You should be playing for the rank you want to be, not just the one you're at. But here's the thing. You ever notice that most of the people that are like metal rank, they always complain about heals? They're always like, oh my god, my supports never heal me. Or they come into my chat, I'll see them sometimes goes, I could rank if I had supports like this. And I'm like, dude, my supports are doing damage 90% of the time. I have to scream at Karku, hey asshole, when I'm low, because he's looking off into the side, he's talking to chat, he's doing damage. Like, like he's not even looking at me 90% of the time. Why? Because it's also on me to not take very much damage and not take that many resources. Sometimes it's tough, but I would actually say that there's way more damage or way more healing that gets pumped into especially tank players in lower elos than it does in higher elos, right? What's the point of what I'm saying? You can't heal bot. I know they're taking a lot of damage, but they're gonna have to learn, right? They might yell at you, they might stomp their feet or whatever, but like by death number 4, they're gonna realize they have to take less damage. And if you're during all of that time doing aggressive plays, doing damage to their team, looking for kills, and you have the mechanical skill, and their Ana, they have an Ana that's just literally scoped in going pew, 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 on their tank, and you're playing Ana on the opposite team, why shoot you to your tank for like 2 seconds if they have Fortify up? If they have Fortify, they're not dying. You see your tank Fortify and they're not crit, and you see the Ana on the enemy side is scoped in on your tank, just shoot them. Just go 1, 2, 3. I bet they won't even notice. I genuinely believe they won't even notice half the time. They don't even react because they're so hard focused on the healing. But guess what? Then you kill their Ana, and then when your tank's Fortify is over and they're like, heal me! Now you can actually heal them, and their tank won't get healed and you win. And then they think that like, yeah, I carried. Meanwhile, you know who actually carried the fight. So that's what it means by when you should be copying what higher rank players are doing. You're not looking for those opportunities. And when they do look for all those opportunities, it's at the worst time. So I understand their point, and like they're not totally wrong. It does play different, but there's a reason those players, whenever they do unranked to GMs, they fly through your ranks. Like, have you ever seen a high level player do an unranked to GM? They there's a reason they don't even go to gold. They just start in plat because they're just cruising through the ranks. Back in the day, there used to be bronze to GM, which was up. But bronze to GM, they didn't even they didn't lose a game all the way to plat. You know, they just cruised. Why? Because they just mechanically just bowl everybody over. You know, they'd be standing there, scoped in on somebody, not even looking. You just walk up and kill them. How attractive he is based off his Overwatch main. Oh Jesus, this is bad.
This is how attractive he is.
This can't be good.
His Overwatch main. If he mains Zarya, he is a 0 out of 10. No, playing Zarya is so cringe. Like, you need to stop. If he mains D.Va, that's cute. I would give him like an 8 out of 10. I love when he plays a dive character and bullies their backline. If he mains Ryan, oh yeah, he's a 10 out of 10. I don't know.
Nah, dude, nah. They're crazy. They're actually crazy. They're like actually the definition of an insane. Like when you do the same thing over and over and expect a different outcome, that means you're insane. Nah, you're being deceived.
No, there's just something so hot about a man carrying on Ryan. If he plays Doom and he's on my team, 9 out of 10. If he plays Doom and he's on the other team, you get a negative 40 out of 10. Doom is just so annoying unless they're on my team. If he means Orisa, he's like a 2 out of 10. He's probably just following the meta. I want my man to do his own thing. If he plays
nah, that's just toxic, dude. That guy's just trying to win some damn games. Leave him alone.
Ball, he's like a 1 out of 10. I'm sorry, I just don't really like Ball. If he plays Winston, that's like a 6 out of 10. If he's good at him, then that's good. That's attractive. If he mains
Why do all of these why are they all based on whether or not you're good at them or not?
Sigma, that's a 10 out of 10. If he mains Sigma, he's probably so good at him, and that's attractive. Come on. If he mains Ramatra, he's got like a 7 out of 10. Because they nerfed him into the ground, so that's like attractive if you're still playing him.
When did this come out? 12-15 and nerfed Ramatra in the ground in same sentence? Excuse me?
If he mains Roadhog, that's actually like a 2 out of 10.
Oh, poor
sorry,
Roadhog.
You guys are just annoying.
True.
If he mains Junker Queen, he's like a 7 out of 10. There are actually some really, really good Junker Queen mains. So if he's good, that's attractive.
They all hinge on whether you're good or not, though. I hate that. I don't like it. That's pretty good, though. That's pretty good.
Overwatch has a balancing problem.
Uh-oh.
Let me explain. The Overwatch balancing team
So quiet.
only relies on statistics and win rates to determine whether or not something
That's not totally true.
should get buffed or nerfed.
But it is kind of true.
When they do buff or nerf heroes, they balance them in a way that nobody's happy with. Time and time again, we as a community have been
Yes, but there has been times that we as a community have been wrong. Like, I have definitely seen some balance changes of theirs and went, nah, that's dumb. And then it actually ended up working out pretty well. I'll admit it. It has definitely happened. But there's been also a lot of times where it's been the opposite. There's a little bit of give and take.
handed terrible buffs to a hero, and in the very next patch, they nerfed something else about the hero that didn't even make them broken in the first place. The two most recent balancing changes are a good example of bad balancing. The support nerfs didn't feel like nerfs at
I don't like when people do these because they don't give specific examples. I feel like if you're going to make this stance, there should be specific examples involved, because it's very easy to make blanket statements and be like, oh, this is just, they're just terrible. I'm like, okay, well, specifically, which things do you disagree with? Because whenever they bring up what they specifically disagree with, their take is 90% of the time terrible. Not saying this guy probably will have a bad take. I'm not saying anything about this person. I'm saying in general, whenever someone says, oh my god, this, like, they're idiots. I'm like, okay, what thing pissed you off? Like, what thing do you not like? And then they specify, they're like always wrong. So, like, you know what I mean? It's like, okay, dude.
all, and didn't nerf the impact that supports had on the game. And the Season 8 buffs are only here because they refuse to actually balance the game. Now, there are solutions to this problem. For example, getting pro players and content creators to give feedback on upcoming patch notes and ideas, and using the experimental mode to test out interesting and funny ideas that the community might enjoy.
Yeah, I don't disagree with the last part. It's actually not that bad, but balancing to pro players is very, very dangerous because we've done that, or we've talked about doing that before. And pro players' way they look at the game is very different than creators. Creators look at it because they're on the ladder like everybody else. Pro players look at it as a way of only scrim environment. How should you be balancing the game? The way the ladder plays the game all the way through, or the way pro teams play it? And it's like, well, in a game like Overwatch, you can't even stack at the highest level. You're not going to have that team play. So it's like, you know?
Flats is officially on the Overwatch 6v6 train.
Hey, whoa. Hey, whoa. I said I was having a bit of a realization. I didn't go all in. I said, holy shit, maybe it's right, because I was talking about like Ananate and the canary in the coal mine type of deal of like, hey, you know, we just keep saying shit has to be reworked. At some point, you know, holy shit, maybe we're not actually, maybe it's not all of these abilities are broken, because Ana wasn't broken for 6 years and everybody loved it, right? Everyone loved Ana. It was arguably the most beloved support hero in the game, other than maybe Mercy. And I was like, shit, if we've gotten to the point where we need to literally rework almost every ability in the game, maybe 6v6 was the answer. I'm like, maybe we need to turn back. That's different than going, okay, we're on the train. Like, don't. Thinking about doing something. There's a clip. Chat, I think I'm becoming a 6v6er. Think I'm becoming, it's very different than I'm on the, oh no, that's very different.
The Overwatch 6v6 debate has been going on since it was announced that Overwatch 2 would be 5v5, and there are great arguments for both sides. I myself tend to lean more towards the 5v5 side because for
I
the
mean, me too. I've said it. I've always said that I lean more towards 5v5, but I'm like open to it now.
time 6v6 was in Overwatch, it wasn't exactly any more balanced or fun than 5v5 is right now. Between double shield meta and super strong tank combos, it was impossible to win a game unless both of your tanks had good synergy. But at the same time, a lot of people miss the synergy double tanks allowed, like double bubble and Winston Diva comps. So
Well, yeah, true. And then okay, let's use the Anonade example I was talking about, right? Anonade is so easy to get value on, it feels like, because you're like, oh, just eat it, right? Like if you're on Diva, just eat it. Well, it will only have to be on Diva. What if you're playing like Junker Queen or Ramatra? Ramatra, you pull out your Nemesis form, you have no shield. Like you're just a giant hitbox. You get slapped, you get anti-ed. Roadhog, same thing. Malga now, same thing. Like you literally can't miss, right? So there used to be another tank that would kind of back you up. You know, you could be bubbled out of it, defense matrix out of it, shielded off, whatever. But now you don't. So now it feels so easy to have such high impact abilities. And that's why people are really mad at supports in a lot of ways. I don't even think support's OP. I've said that recently. I actually don't think it's OP, like, at all. Like, I think people are just bored. And I've said that a bunch recently. But the point is, though, is like, if we've gotten to the point where like we need to rework like every ability in the game and every character in the game, like, oh man, maybe did we make a mistake?
So I want to know your opinion on the 6v6 or 5v5 trade.
Nah, I don't even know if I want to read the comments on this one. 5v5, no questions about it. Let tank mains cry. Yeah, this is why I don't feel bad for you half the time. That's why I realized the devs aren't going to make the balance scheme right, plus the fact they haven't ported over 66 design heroes into 5v5. Yeah, but like at the same time, I was like, everything has to get, you know, should offer game modes in game where we can choose which one we want to play. Nah, no. Unfortunately, this wouldn't work as Overwatch struggles with player numbers and queue times as it is. Yeah, that wouldn't go well. That would not go well.
This is just a fake game I'm playing.
Oh, it's crap.
Honestly, we're gonna get her. I'm not... Excuse me.
You know, right after I say no, supports aren't really that broken, this fucking clip appears. God damn it!
This is just a fake game I'm playing. Honestly, we're gonna get her. I'm not... Excuse me. How many could it? Wait, I hit 6 direct hits and a rock. This is just a...
There's no way someone can defend this. They should give Sigma his one-shot comment back. It kind of feels the only way to guarantee kills and one-shots. Oh god, that's how I feel when I play tank, which is why I'm a DPS main now. Oh man, oh god. That did look terrible though, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'll give you that. That looked awful. I also would have mauled it, for sure. For sure.
Composition of the week, where we look at... Welcome to my new series, Composition of the Week, where we look at the meta composition that is dominating each week and break it down. This week's composition is Ramatra Brawl, which was the premier choice during the Flash Ops tournament, which included plenty of former Overwatch League players.
Yep.
The previous composition of choice was Sigma Brawl.
Hey, does anyone notice this from my tier list? It looks very similar.
Former Overwatch League players. The previous composition of choice was Sigma Brawl, but after Ramatra's buff, it became much easier for Ramatra to simply run through Sigma, especially on maps that were smaller and more Brawl-oriented. The star of the show in this composition is Mei, especially in Brawl mirrors. The engage condition is usually Mei Wall. Her ultimate is also, arguably, the most dangerous, and in the mirror, Lucio players will save speed just to avoid it. Sojourn also plays a major part. Often,
Sojourn big scary too.
Teams will play a slower fight with the goal of allowing their Sojourn to take a good angle and get a pick. Ramatra usually engages when either Sojourn or Mei create an opportunity, and after his Nemesis form, the entire team will often have to play slow to recover and wait for his form to be available again. This composition, in this way, is much more explosive than the Sigma composition. Ramatra provides a ton of value in short bursts, while Sigma is consistent. Baptiste is played most often, simply because he is the best at keeping Ramatra alive, especially when Ramatra gets frozen or walled by Mei. Lucio plays an interesting part in this whole system, acting as the glue to the composition. Lucio can support and speed Ramatra around, but also in slower fights support Sojourn and control high grounds and angles. You will often see Lucio and Sojourn as a tag team fighting for an angle. If you want to see more
You actually saw the when the Alari BAP meta was a thing. You see Soldier Alari on off angles. Now it's Sojourn Lucio.
positions and want to see the series
Whole thing's a
continue,
2-1.
let me know down below.
This is pretty good. Although that was before Maga 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 Maga.